I'm gonna add this in before I water.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. If you enjoy our videos, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and leave us a comment down below. In today's video, we are laying our corn bed, which is a peaches and cream variety. And right now, Hector is making the fertilizer mix for it. The fertilizer mix is about 1.5 cups each of chicken manure, blood meal, azomite, and bat guano. And the bed itself is approximately 32 square feet. Now, he's adding all these different fertilizers for phosphorus, potassium, and nitrogen. And the bat guano also has a couple different forms of the mycorrhizal fungi, which will help the nutrient uptake in the bed. So it'll help the corn absorb all the nutrients that it's being given. So all of these different fertilizers here are super rich in, again, the phosphorus, potassium, but especially in nitrogen, because corn requires a ton of nitrogen to grow successfully. So right now he is adding in a little bit of the Pro Mix to the top of the soil. The soil that's in the bed is the native soil. So as rain and waterings happen, that soil will become compact. So he does this to kind of make the soil a little bit more fluffy, and that will give it some leeway to help with that compacting factor. Right before he put in the Pro Mix, he was amending in some perlite, which is good for aeration and drainage, which will also help with that compacting factor that happens as you water. And after the pro mix here, he's gonna add in some vermiculite, which is good for water retention. So he's putting things in both for drainage and to control or hold water. So it's just a balance of everything, a really good balance to maintain the production of the corn as well as the function of its growing space. So right now he is just placing the corn seed in the spot that he wants it. He does go back later on and actually pushes the seed down into the soil with his finger to make sure it's covered properly. And the way that he did his rows here, when he's placing the seed, the next row over will be offset from the previous row. So the seeds are kind of staggered to give, breathing room to the corn stalks as it grows. And he is placing these kernels 8 inches apart. And here we are on June 4th, 18 days after we planted. And fast forward to a few days later on June 10th, which would be 24 days after sowing, Hector is adding in some Neptune's Harvest, which is a crushed crab and lobster shell mix with an NPK of 530. It's super high in calcium at 17%, and it's a slow release nitrogen because it's in powder form. So this will slowly give the corn and the soil nitrogen gradually as it's being watered. And now he's adding in some bone meal pellets, which is another feed, and its NPK is 770, and it's going to give the corn a sustained supply of phosphorus, calcium, and it is another slow release nitrogen. The mosquitoes were so bad this day, especially when we were standing here by his boogie brew and the rainwater. Oh my gosh. Right now he is adding in some Alaska fish emulsion, which has an NPK of 511, and it's another feed. This has the nitrogen that the corn needs, it is water soluble, and it is a liquid feed. So being that it's water soluble and liquid, the plant will uptake the nitrogen so much faster than the powder feeds or the pellet feeds. And he likes to dilute this because if you add it straight on, it is already a liquid feed to begin with, but if you add it straight on, you risk burning your plant. If you don't add it just the right way, you risk burning your plant. He does about a cup to a cup and a half of the liquid feed mixed into a 5-gallon bucket of the rainwater, and then transfers that out to a watering can to do the watering. And he'll apply this about every 10 to 14 days, just depending on how much rain we've gotten and whatnot. And here we are 6 days later on June 16th, which would be 30 days after sowing.
So yeah, in between the rows of corn, I put some beans because they're nitrogen fixers, but I keep seeing birds taking them out as soon as they pop up.
So I don't know anywhere else, but up here where we live, the saying is your corn should be knee-high by the 4th of July. So here we are, July 4th, which would be 48 days after sowing. And when we walk up to the corn here, you can see it is in fact at our knee. The main portion of the stalk is at our knees. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in with us today. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment down below. We'll catch a quick update here at the end. This is July 11th, and that's 56 days after sowing. So please be sure to stay tuned. We've got a lot more videos coming of other beds we've done in the garden, more updates on the corn. Pretty soon we'll be harvesting. So we'll see you in our next video. Bye.